Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome for many of you back to the USDA. It's a real pleasure and honor to host you here, and we're just so grateful. Today we have a big announcement, actually a couple of big announcements, but we're really here today to talk about regenerative agriculture. So I'm going to walk everybody through the announcement and the launch today of a really significant program that continues the partnership and this administration's focus on making America healthy again, while also putting our farmers and our ranchers first. So again, we're so grateful. The most excited, not that I'm not excited to see all of you, but we have some amazing farmers in from California and Missouri and Indiana. Who am I forgetting? California, Missouri, Indiana. That's it. Okay, so great. But we're just so grateful to these farmers who are here to be part of this announcement, and really they are pioneers in their field. So again, thanks everybody for being here. Without President Trump's leadership, we would not have achieved the real and concrete successes that we've already seen under our Make America Healthy Again effort. And the waivers, very quickly, just signed 6 more waivers on SNAP on multiple states from across the country and Hawaii, the contiguous states in Hawaii under Governor Josh Green that we signed. So we can answer questions about that too, but we're so excited to continue that work. We all know we're at the point where we must do something to correct the chronic health problems that Americans face. Over 75% of Americans' youth between the ages of 17 and 24, as you know, we've been talking about it, but important to constantly remind, those kids are ineligible for military service because of obesity, poor physical fitness, or mental health challenges. Over 350,000 American children have been diagnosed with diabetes. Since my confirmation as Secretary of Agriculture on the exact same day as Secretary Kennedy's confirmation, February 13th earlier this year, we have been taking bold action on this front. Whether SNAP waivers or applauding voluntary industry commitments or emphasizing local and regional food procurement in our schools or defining ultra-processed foods all underway, we are prioritizing the health of our country. I am also excited to give an update on our revised farm-to-school grants, which put farmers first and promote healthy choices, healthy families, and healthy outcomes. This year's opportunity streamlined the application process, removed woke DEI requirements, and supports expanding access for small family farms to markets and infrastructure by facilitating connections to the child nutrition marketplace. The farm-to-school application period just closed, and I'm so excited to note that USDA received a record-breaking 645 applications. The record high in the past was 386, so we nearly doubled that. The awards will be announced early in the spring. We continue to actively work with Secretary Kennedy in crafting sensical dietary guidelines for Americans, which are set to be released early next year, so in a couple of weeks. Federal nutrition advice must be sound, simple, and clear. These guidelines will prioritize whole, healthy, and nutritious foods, such as whole-fat dairy, fruits, vegetables, and meats, and suggest limiting highly processed foods and those high in sugar. President Trump and my colleagues, led by Secretary Kennedy on the MAHA Commission, know our current health outcomes, especially for our children, are unsustainable, and that American agriculture and our agencies are at the heart of that solution, and what an honor it is. We're doing things a little bit differently than typical Washington, D.C. Since our confirmation, we have encouraged the states to think differently and creatively as our laboratories of innovation about how to solve the many health issues facing America. So that was a really exciting thing to do. We just finished signing several of those SNAP waivers, and we can take questions on that. Dr. Oz will talk a little bit about that, as Secretary Kennedy will. But really today is about the next step in making America healthy again, in addition to those waivers, and that is talking about regenerative agriculture. Regenerative agriculture is a conservation management approach that emphasizes natural resources through improved soil health, water management, and natural vitality for the productivity and prosperity of American agriculture and all of our communities. Today, we are launching a new Farmer First regenerative agriculture pilot program, which will invest $700 million specifically to support regenerative agriculture. We will deliver this support through existing programs our farmers already know and already trust. Protecting and improving the health of our soil is critical, not only for the future viability of farmland, but to the future success of American farmers. In order to continue to be the most productive and most efficient growers in the world, we must protect our topsoil from unnecessary erosion and boost the microbiome of the soil. Today's announcement encourages these priorities while supporting farmers to transition to regenerative agriculture if they so choose. This is a Farmers First pilot program and the first of its kind. The pilot brings USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service, or NRCS, we have our incredible leaders here, Aubrey Betancourt, back to its core mission, helping people help the land through whole farm, outcome-based voluntary conservation that our producers trust. For too long, our conservation programs have been severely fragmented. This pilot replaces that fragmentation with one unified process that evaluates everything at one time. Whole farm planning is the centerpiece, ensuring that all resource concerns such as soil, water, and natural vitality are addressed together, not one piece at a time. Producers will benefit from a single application, reducing red tape and making conservation easier to access and our programs more impactful. As President Trump has done since day one, we are committed to restoring America's natural strength by empowering producers with simple outcome-based tools. Producers at every stage, from beginners just starting with cover crops to advanced operation with years of conservation experience, many of those are represented by our farmers today, will find a pathway through this pilot. Each producer's results will be measured and credited back to the farmer through an outcomes report, recognizing and rewarding improvements they achieve on their own land. This initiative puts American farmers first as part of the solution to make America healthy again, but by supporting access to American-grown whole foods that are critical to addressing the chronic disease crisis nationwide. Using the Sustains Act, we will bring corporate, label, and supply chain partners directly into partnership with NRCS, supporting regenerative agriculture adoption, farmer recognition, and consumer education. Because success depends on strong partnerships, we will expand work through our technical service providers and local organizations to meet demand. In addition, the Office of Urban Agriculture and Innovative Production, supported by their advisory committee, will extend regenerative priorities into cities and urban areas and urban communities across our great country, again, aligning with the MAHA agenda. And many of those places in our country, as you know, are those that are facing the most severe crisis regarding nutritious foods and access to nutritious foods. This new pilot is about results that last. It will make our farms more productive, our land healthier, and our water cleaner. Again, we're so grateful to everyone for being here. At this point, I'd like to turn it to my great partner in all of this work, Secretary Bobby Kennedy. Thank you all again for being here, and we will be answering questions.